quick video here on how to use Google Earth Pro, the paid version or the free version of Google Earth Pro, and how to export archival images out of it, photos that you can go back in time, satellite views of areas that you can download and then use in your stories. And I know some of you in the digital journalism class will find this useful if you're taking a look at Chicago's lakefront and how it's changed over the years. You can take a look at before and after photos, what an area looked like before construction or destruction, and then take a look at what it looks like after the construction or destruction. So to access the paid or the free version of Google Earth Pro, you go to google.com/earth and you click on this little Earth Versions tab up here at the top. So google.com/earth and Earth Versions. So I'll take a second here and pause while you do that. Hit pause on your video player. All right, now we're back. Scroll down on the Earth Versions page, and at the bottom of the page, you have this little Google Earth Pro on desktop. It's free for users with advanced feature needs. Hit download Google Earth Pro on desktop. And when you download it, just make sure you kind of go, have something to drink or take a little break and walk around because it does take a little time for this to open up and download to your computer. And once it does download, it'll be a really good little feature to use. I'm going to go ahead here and crack it open. It's this little blue and white beach ball. I've got it out on my desktop here, Google Earth Pro. And when you open it up, it's got several different types of tools, tools that allow you to record a video tour. We've got another video training for you on that coming up. But the one I'm going to do with you now is just to download images of an area out of it. So this search area up here is what you're going to work with. And also this little clock up here with the green arrow pointing backwards called Show Historical Imagery. So we're going to go ahead and type into this search bar Wrigley Field or whatever you're looking for. It'll recognize street addresses, longitude, latitude, building name, street name, address, whatever postal code, whatever you happen to be looking for. And I'll zoom in here and kind of get over Wrigley Field, and then I'll zoom in a little more. The zoom bar is up here in the upper right. Do let it give it a little chance for the satellite imagery to come and focus a little bit. And I'll zoom in. And this is obviously when they were setting up for a concert. And we'll know about the time of year this is in a minute here. Make sure two areas are checked here: 3D buildings in the lower left under rail layers, and also select terrain. That shows like mountains and things like that. So there you have beautiful Wrigley Field. And let's say I wanted to capture that photo of that, and I can take and use it as long as this Google Earth watermark appears there. It's all government shot satellite imagery, so we own it anyway as taxpayers. Go ahead and hit Save Image, and it'll drop these ugly graphics on it. Ugh, terrible. To get rid of them, go to Map Options and just uncheck everything, and then hit the Save Image button. And you'll name it Wrigley Field 1 and save. Okay. And then click this little X next to Save Image. And mine are set up to save to my desktop. So my photo should show up right out here, and here it is right up here at the top. I'll drag it out. There it is, Wrigley Field 1. Okay. Now we're going to go back in time, and we're going to find Wrigley Field from before all this construction and cool stuff that went in. So click on this little button up here with the clock with the arrow turned backwards, and it'll give you a date. The last date that they have on here is from 2018. I'm going to slide the slider back to a kinder, gentler time in my neighborhood, 6/23/05. And you notice the photo's a little blurrier here. The satellite imagery wasn't quite as good back in 2005 as it is now. NASA satellites were retasked back in, I think it was 2015 to show sharper imagery. You can turn off 3D buildings if you want, but if you notice back in this time, There is no park at Wrigley. There's just a car wash and Yum Yum Donuts. And instead of the hotel over here, here's McDonald's. And if I wanted this photo from 2005, I could download it right here by hitting Save Image. And hit Save Image again. Wrigley 05. And hit Save. And now on my desktop, I've got two images. The newer image of Wrigley Field from 2019, and this image of Wrigley Field from 2005. Now you could run these side by side in your web page or something like that. It'd be kind of cool, to see the before and after. But there's a tool out there that you can use that works much better. That's called Juxtapose. And I've got this on your class web pages for your weekly schedules. Juxtapose.js. It's juxtapose.nightlab.com. Nightlab is what also builds StoryMap, Timeline.js, and Juxtapose allows you to layer photos over each other and put this little slider in so you can see the before and after, which is really cool. They're easy to make. You just have to load your photos up to WordPress and get the link for them. If you double click on the photo in WordPress, it will give you the link to it. This would say like WordPress and then your address and then whatever you name the file.jpg, and you just cut and paste the URL, the web address of the two photos in here. Select how far you want the slider to show over on the screen. You can also do it as a vertical slider too if you want it to unveil this way, or horizontally works a little better. And then hit publish. And it gives you a link and embed code. It works out really, really well if you're trying to show before and after of a certain area. This would work really good on a story if you're doing on the Chicago lakefront and how the beaches are all washing away and changing. You could look at it now, and then you could look at it back several years and see back when the beaches were much bigger and more vibrant. It's good for environmental stories like that. Here's an example of how some students use this tool, this Juxtapose tool, and Google Earth Pro on a final project. They did a look at Chicago's population. They looked at Inglewood Square here and the transformation with it. And one photo is a photo they shot. This is the photo on the right here that you're seeing here. It's what the area looks like now. And then they pulled the old photo of what the area looked like before the construction right here, and they pulled this out of Google Earth Pro, which is pretty cool. So it's a really good use of it, and they credited the photos, of course. So juxtapose.nightlab.com is a really good tool for this, to layer the photos over each other, and then use Google Earth Pro to extract the images. Anyway, hope this one helps you. Thanks.